this one is going to be smoky. I started by grating some cheese. I'm actually using Swiss cheese, but you can use any type of cheese you like. Just try to avoid any strong cheese like Parmesan. Mozzarella cheese will work, mustard cheese will work, and many other different types. Once that was done, I got a bowl. I threw in a little bit of flavored cream cheese, followed by the one I just grated, a little bit of sour cream, and finished it off with Guga's rub. Remember, exact amount and ingredients always on the description down below for you. Now all there's left to do is to mix it well and your filling is done. I like to put it in a vacuum bag or Ziploc bag so that we can pipe it all out into our awesome side dish. Talking about that, this will be the base for it. I'm using kielbasa sausage, but you can actually use any type you like. Just make sure that they are fully cooked already. The next thing to do is to cut them 1 inch thick. As you can see, by the time I was done, this is what they look like. The next ingredient is going to be bacon. I highly recommend you using the center cut bacon, and the only reason is because it gives you a lot more meat. Now the next thing to do is pretty straightforward. Using the sausage as base, start rolling them. To secure everything together, just use the toothpick. Some people like to take the casing of the kielbasa off, but it's really up to you. I like to leave the casing on because it gives a nice crunch. But as you can see, by the time I was done, this is what they look like. It is almost like shot glasses. And just like any shot glasses, we need the filling. That is why adding it to the bag is perfect, because check this out. They go in nice and easy. One thing that you gotta keep in mind is do not overfill it, because as the bacon fat renders, everything will shrink down a little. By the time I was done, this is what it looks like. Now you can be as creative as you like with this recipe. It is all up to you. The only thing left to do is to smoke them so that we can cook the bacon all the way through. And for that, I'm going to be using my Camp Chef smoker. Now we got the side dish. You ready for the side dish?
Let's go for the side dish, man.
Alright, so this one is kind of a little bit different. It's so smoky. It's like extra smoky.
I'm going to cut it in half.
You're going to have...
Go for it. That's a big bite.
Cheers, Angel. Oh, no. It tried to run away from me. That's tasty, everybody. Oh, man. Oh, I enjoy that. That's nice. What do you think, Angel? It's creamy. It's extremely smoky. Thanks RacTech for sponsoring this video. A perfect medium rare steak is the best way to have one. However, there are people out there that loves well done steaks. Today I'm going to show you how to trick them to eating the perfectly medium rare steak that looks well done. You can use any steak you like, but for this video I chose filet mignon. So the first thing to do is to get them seasoned. For that I like to keep it simple. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Most people make this mistake. They don't season the edges. I do. Make sure to season the board first and then roll the steak right on top of it. Now to cook the steak, today I'm going to be using the reverse sear method. First, I'll place all of my steaks on a cooling rack, then into an oven it goes until it reaches an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. As that was happening, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make a side dish. And this one is as easy as it gets. The first thing we need to do is some cream cheese. Open up the package just like this. I'm going to be making 2 variations for you. One, I'll be using my rub. So the first thing to do is to make some indentations on the cheese just like this. Using the tip of the spoon makes quick work. Then you want to add some type of meat that has been previously cooked. I'm going with chorizo. Once that was added, I folded all of the edges of the wrapping and use it like a boat. For the easier version, I'm just using my barbecue rub and did the same exact thing with the edges. In the end, take a look. We got 2 little cream cheese boats ready for the smoker. And for that, I'm going to be using my RacTech Dual Fire. Now this grill is something that you've never seen before. That I can guarantee you. Yes, it is a smoker, but it has 2 chambers. One that you can smoke nice and slow, and another one that is straight up super hot. When I say hot, I'm talking about it reaches 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. This section will be used for searing steaks and putting a nice crust on anything, and the other one to smoke. Talking about that, I chose the temperature at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. You see, we're just trying to put a nice smoky flavor on that cheese. So inside it goes for about 45 minutes. Once the time is up, I took it out, and as you can see, we got a nice color. You can leave it on the wrapping just like this if you like. However, I don't like the way it looks, so I like to go ahead and remove the wrapping. Just keep in mind that the cheese is going to be extremely soft. To go along with it, I like to use some crostini bread. Now to finish it up, I added a tiny bit of honey right on top, followed by some parsley for color. Now that is today's side dish. Absolutely delicious. Talking about delicious, by this time my filet mignons were fully cooked. Just like sous vide steaks, they don't look great at all. That's because we gotta put a crust on them. For that, I threw in a little bit of avocado oil and heat up the pan. Got it smoking hot and started to sear the filet mignons. Here's the crucial part. You don't want to overcook this. It should be done no more than 2 minutes per side. Because in the end, take a look. You're looking for a nice golden brown color, not burn. Once that's done, the next thing to do is to get rid of all of the oil that was used. And I like to clean my pan really nicely. Many people make the mistake of putting the steak back immediately. Then they go ahead and add thyme, butter, and garlic. I've seen this done so many times. But if you're gonna trick someone, get the steaks out of there. There's no need for them to be on the pan right now, if not they're gonna overcook. Melt the entire butter. Infuse thyme and garlic into that butter. As soon as the butter's starting getting nice and brown just like this, lower the heat to almost nothing. Now add in your steaks. Baste them as much as you think is needed without overcooking any of them. The goal here is to allow the brown butter to stick to the steaks. That is what produces an incredible flavor. Once that's done, let all of the steaks rest. As once you take a slice, look, perfect medium rare. It's still extremely juicy, and we're gonna keep this exact temperature, but it's gonna look like it was well done. Let me show you. Using the pan with the brown butter, put it in there for less than 10 seconds. Do one side first, then immediately the next side. And that's it. Remove it quickly. We're just trying to get rid of the pinkness. Inside, it is still perfectly medium rare. I mean, take a look at both steaks. Medium rare on the top, well done on the bottom. Now the question is, will this fool anyone? Well, let's find out right now.
And there we have it, gentlemen. What do you guys think?
I think I got the good side of the table.
Damn, bro, that's hella overcooked. No, that's not well done. That's congratulations right there.
Don't knock it until you try it. Some
I'll
people like
pass.
well done steak, not us.
No.
And
A little bit of
honestly,
pink.
this will be the very first time you guys are eating a well done steak. So, enough. Please go to this one. Try it.
Yes, sir.
Let me know.
I can go there too, right?
Yes,
No,
100%. Cheers.
Cheers. That's beautiful. Look, at this point, filet mignon with a little bit of roasted garlic is routine over here.
Routine, damn.
Once you try it, you guys will understand why, because it is so delicious. That filet mignon is so beautiful and tender and juicy, which I'm expecting that one not to be like. And the garlic also adds a nice flavor.
I respect that. That's why you're the description guy. But I cannot wait for you to try that one. And so Angel is really excited for the well done steak.
This might be an experiment that I can wait to try.
Enough talking. Please, gentlemen, dig in.
Do I have to though?
Yes, you have to. I don't want you to cut the steak or anything like that. I want you straight up, just go like this and take a bite and tell me what you think. Be honest.
That's kind of
with
a
me.
big piece.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh, that's delicious.
Yo.
That is not dry
You
at
ate the
all.
whole thing.
One bite, baby. That's good.
See, I bit it, and you could tell that it's medium rare on the
This is
inside.
not well done.
You cook this like each slice was a steak.
Exactly. So basically, there are some people in my family, let's not name any names, right?
My mom.
Angel? Don't say it, bro.
I mean, my mom.
So she only likes well done steak, and abuela as well. They don't like to see the pinkness. And this is a way I like to trick them, because they eat my steaks and they say,
Guga, your well-done steak is the best steak in the world.
well, there's my trick, everybody. And most people don't like the medium rare steak because it's pink. There's no other reason. It just puts them off.
I'm very surprised, Guga. You definitely tricked me, because I thought I was about to bite into a piece of rubber, but I was totally wrong. That is so tender, so juicy.
It's fantastic to use. Do it to your family members. If they like well done steak, they'll be quite surprised. And I'll promise you, they will say that that is the best well done steak they ever had in your life. But let's make it official and try out the side dish. You ready? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, that, wow.
Sweet, savory, spicy, cheesy, creamy. Description guy.
You can taste all of the individual elements in this. You get a little bit of bite from the chorizo. You get that sweetness from the honey, that smokiness from the cream cheese. It all blends together beautifully. Plus, it's on a nice crunchy bread, so you have that textural element as well. That is amazing.
It is delicious, everybody, and I highly recommend you making it. Give it a try. You will not regret it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
This one is guaranteed to please everyone. And to make it, it is super easy, and here's how. The first thing to do is to make a flavorful filling. So into a bowl, I threw in some ground beef, to be specific 80-20, followed by some chives, white sweet onions, grated garlic, 1 whole egg, a little bit of breadcrumbs. Then I seasoned it with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper. Mixed everything together until everything was fully combined. And as always, exact amount and ingredients always on the description down below for you. And that is my filling. It does not get any easier than that. Now we need to turn this this into a log. And to do that, I used some clinch plastic. So into the refrigerator it went so it can firm up. Then I got some puff pastry. Right on top of it, I placed my filling and started to close everything up. To close up the other end, I just added a little bit of egg wash. If you have too much extra dough in the end, just cut it off. As now, to make things nice and tight, I laid down some clinch plastic once again, rolled everything nice and tight, and into the refrigerator it went so that it can firm up once again. Because after about 1 hour, I took it out and started to slice in small appetizer bites. Leaving the clinch plastic on makes the job a lot easier. Because once I was done, take a look. Everything is nice and neat, almost looking like a sushi roll. The next step was to remove the clinch plastic from it, put it on a baking sheet with parchment paper, then I applied egg wash. I did this for 2 reasons. It's gonna give a nice golden brown color in the end result, and most importantly, it allows my sesame seeds to stick. Because once I was done, take a look. This is one of my kids' favorite appetizers to eat, because the only thing left to do now is to throw it in the oven in the bake settings for 45 minutes. As in the end, you are left with this, the perfect hamburger appetizer. But as you know, a hamburger needs a sauce. So I went ahead and made my nephew's favorite one. Into a bowl I combined some mayo, followed by ketchup, a little bit of mustard, followed by Worcestershire sauce, and a pinch of sriracha. Mix everything well and this sauce is done. It does not get any easier than that. And it's perfect to go along with those appetizers.
All right, let's give it a try, and we're gonna give you guys an honest opinion, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
I like
The
this.
sauce.
If you say this tastes bad, you are not human. You're like an alien from a different world. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Chef John that gave me an inspiration to make this. Chef John, shout out to you.
I wasn't expecting it to be a puff pastry. I thought it was gonna be like I don't know, just like a ring of bread. But then you bite into it and it just starts crumbling in your mouth. You get that beefiness. That sauce is so creamy. Like my God, that is perfect, Guga. Chef's kiss.
Thanks Cooking Fever for sponsoring this video.
What's up, everybody? Today I got my good friend here, Ahmad from the Golden Balance. How did the Golden Balance came along?
My last name means the golden in Arabic, and I've been trying to find balance my whole life. So
Haven't we all?
we haven't found it.
Are you ready?
I am.
This is gonna be a good one because he's a beast.
He's a beast, but he seems like a good guy because he's always giving out food to people. So I like him.
And he's always smiling, always happy. All right, let's watch.
He does the stuff that Nick does. He just never looks at the food.
Yo, Nick, why do you always look only at the camera, huh? I think he's trying to be Guga Foods. Huh?
Like
With the
the
fire.
flame? Yeah.
He's all about the B-roll, everybody. And what do you think that is, lamb or beef?
Most likely lamb.
Lamb?
Yeah, in Turkey, most likely lamb. Onions, carrots, celery.
But the amount. You're not gonna go hungry after you eat this one, everybody, huh? Okay, he wins.
It's like this is like giving Middle Eastern fried rice.
Yeah, if you had the rice, that's it. It's all over for me.
He's putting carbs into more carbs. It
I
doesn't
agree.
get better than that.
Not only that, that looks so delicious. If there's one person that said that they will not eat that, there has to be vegan.
Every time he does something, it's big and grand, which I think is cool. I don't mind it because he's feeding people. It's not going to waste. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I respect that quite a bit.
Look, he's still smiling, not looking at the food.
He's always smiling.
But he's a cutie. I like it.
He's like one of those guys that you watch and then you want to go give a big hug.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, he's good vibes.
So you know what that is that he's doing? It's kind of like the shank towards the end. There's a steak in Brazil that we call the capitão, which is like a Tom and Jerry steak. This is kind of tough, so I'm curious to see how he's gonna cook it yet. Yo, that looks so good.
I feel like the sear is pretty average.
No, there's no sear whatsoever
There's no
because he's
sear.
basically boiling it in butter.
A lot of times when I go to the Middle East, that's what it lacks. A little bit of the technique of just like searing off the meat.
Well,
But it looks great.
Damn!
He's making a steak sandwich.
What the hell is that? Like, where did that come from? I thought it was a dish. Now it's a burger? Like you said, not the best here.
Again, this is more of some food. Probably wouldn't eat this compared to the last dish.
No, I think I would take the last dish probably. That's stunt food.
Yeah, because no one can wrap their mouth around that. And to be honest, it looks dry.
Yeah.
It really does.
No, 100%. So this is like the Capitan steak, like I told you. I've cooked that before.
It's hard.
It's not the best, everybody, but I will say it's cool to cook.
Yeah. Right off the bat, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I see a couple skewers of kebab on the side.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
This still already looks good.
Are you a fan of eggplant?
I love eggplant.
I only like it
eggplant.
in baba ganoush. That's it for me. Nothing else is okay. Not even how do you call the one with the rat?
Ratatouille.
Yeah, you like that?
Ratatouille, I think, is the most overrated dish in history.
You need to leave.
What did he add? Was that cheese?
That was cheese.
Cheese? Damn, that's gonna be good.
That looks really good. That texture, like, it's giving me like Korean corn dog a little bit. That looks really good to me.
The eggplant though.
I think you're a hater.
Really?
Yeah. So he got a whole like leg of lamb. I don't even know what that is. That looks like a cow, maybe.
Are you crazy? What kind of lamb do you have?
That's what I'm saying. It's a cow.
What kind of a lamb you have in Michigan, bro? You have a lamb like that?
That's a lamb shank.
Yo, that lamb is has been eating very well.
But that's a lamb shank, right? That does not look like a cow.
Yeah, it does.
You think that's a beef shank?
I think so. That's no way that's lamb, bro. Are you crazy?
That's a
no
cow.
way.
He's
he
deep
gonna deep frying it?
I think so. He's deep frying it in tallow. That looks good.
It looks big though. I can guarantee you the meat's still completely raw. Oh no, he cooked it first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
he
right.
slow cooked.
Is that rice?
I'm not sure, but that looks really good. I
No,
love
he
ketchup. He
messed it up.
ruined it.
Why he put
ruined
the
it.
ketchup in there?
I love
No.
ketchup, but he just ruined it.
Trying to show that it's nice and tender, but it's not that juicy.
I don't think you deep fried a whole beef shank for the crust. I don't know. I feel like that's a waste of time. The chicken looks really good.
Not gonna lie, I will eat that.
Yeah,
you give that to me, I'll eat it, even with the ketchup.
I just don't like when the ketchup gets drizzled like that.
No, I don't
it's
like
just
ketchup.
so unappetizing.
Do you like ketchup?
I love ketchup,
No,
but
I
not
don't
like that.
ketchup. The only time I eat ketchup is with popcorn.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing.
No, you're trolling.
It's a thing in Brazil.
Guga, cut the whole video.
No,
Take
I'm
that
serious.
back.
No, it's good. Today's sponsor is Cooking Fever, the world's largest cooking-themed mobile game. You can become a master chef by cooking delicious meals and desserts from all over the world. The game has over 30 unique restaurants from various topics and cuisines, each with a unique game mechanic, so it's never boring. Today, like every day, I got the Cooking Fever, baby. Now the game is opening the newest location, TGI Fridays Restaurant. With Cooking Fever, I can run my own restaurant and practice my skills in a variety of settings and cooking techniques as I progress through the game. As I complete levels, I receive coins and can upgrade my restaurant and try all the cool kitchen appliances. Check it out. And the best part is that I can play Cooking Fever everywhere. This game is fun, challenging, perfectly relaxing, and free. Click the link in my description box or use the QR code here to download Cooking Fever straight to your phone right now. So what are you waiting for? Manage your own TGI Fridays restaurant in Cooking Fever? Check it out here and let me know what you think. Let's check out this TGI Fridays menu. Oh, this looks good. I'm kind of craving a snack like some of their delicious fries. I'm thinking I'm gonna cook this in-game and in real life. To start playing Cooking Fever, which I highly recommend, click the link on the description below or scan the QR code here. Thanks for the inspiration and fun, Cooking Fever. Check them out, guys, because now let's get right back to it.
All right, right off the bat, you know what that is?
This is a stomach?
Stomach lining.
Yeah. Is he gonna make kokoresh? You know what is kokoresh?
Yes.
I had it in Turkey. Bro.
That looks like how beef Wellington should look.
Say that again. Hey, say that again.
That is exactly how they do it. Then they
amazing.
finish it off on like a griddle. That's
You have to understand that all that fat and like that butteriness has been getting seeped into the meat for so long, and there's so much flavor there, even though it looks bland, but it's really good.
No.
Yeah,
This,
it's
but, but not that size, obviously. Normal. You know, he's making it for
Place where people are definitely in need of food.
100%.
And I appreciate this.
100. This is
baseline. This is good vibes.
Yes.
Whatever.
That's it.
Yes.
Freshly baked like that.
That looks amazing.
Wow,
Yeah,
everybody. I had that when I was in Turkey.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What do you call this? Doner, or do you call it?
In Turkey, it's doner, but it's shawarma.
Shawarma, right?
But most of Middle Eastern foods are stem from Turkey. They're the OGs. That looks. Yeah, that's making me hungry.
I will eat that, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can eat the whole sandwich, but I will try.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Is that French fries?
Hell yeah.
He's making a sandwich, a big shawarma.
That sandwich is not fat-free, baby.
And the ratio of meat to bread is a W.
Amazing. Can we give him a big hand? This is a 10 out of 10. We'll definitely recommend. Some was stunt food, but a lot of them were just like, I will eat every single one of them. Yeah. Guys, make sure you go give some love to my friend Ahmad. The link will be on the description. Thanks for being here, brother.
Appreciate you, Guga.
I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.
Peace.
Bye-bye. Today we're going to be reacting to Gordon Ramsay. He is a 3 Michelin star chef and has incredible food to offer. And if there is one thing that I have specialized on is cooking steaks. Today we're going to review, critique, and hopefully learn something from the GOAT himself. Do not disappoint me, Gordon Ramsay.
Right, the guide to cooking a perfect steak. Hot pan. The secret here is to make sure that we literally sear the steak and not boil it. Season it.
What happens is a lot of people don't get the pan super hot, and then it just starts steaming the steak.
First, beautifully done. Get some nice large grains of pepper, so you got a nice bit of heat.
I am against that. If you get large size of grain of peppers, what happens is they get stuck on your teeth. So I like a finely crushed. And a lot of people think that if you do that, you burn the pepper, and that is not true. I've done a full experiment on it. Pepper does not burn. When you're cooking it with the steak, you're actually toasting it as it's being cooked with the steak. The juices of the steak will not allow the pepper to burn.
All that seasoning and sort of push in. The four most important parts to make sure you take them out of the fridge 20 minutes before you actually start cooking them.
What? What did he say?
What did he say?
Fridge 20 minutes before you actually start cooking them.
I have tried to take out the steaks before. It makes absolutely no difference, everybody. What happens is when you take the steak out of the refrigerator and you leave it on the countertop sitting down, it will not get to room temperature that fast. Honestly, 10 minutes is just not a huge difference.
Stone cold in the center, you're gonna have to overcook it on the outside. Pan's just started smoking. Touch of oil in, roll that round, and then just lay the steaks away. Always away from me.
Good, always lay the steak away.
That's the kind of noise you want to hear in the pan every time.
Yep.
That nice sear. Again, pair of tongs. Turn it over very carefully. Literally 30 seconds in the pan, you can see the color.
Yep.
Beautiful. That layer of fat on the back of the sirloin, you want to render that down as well. That's it there. So hit that into the pan.
So a lot of times if the steak has a nice layer of fat like a New York strip as this one is, I like to start searing that first. What that does is that will coat the whole entire pan with a little bit of that grease. That way you can actually avoid the olive oil which is starting to cook with. Olive oil is not really the best for cooking steaks on a pan. That's because it has a very low smoke point. Using something like a grapeseed oil will give you better results and not give you any off flavor. But if you want the best results, use the fat from the steak itself since it's right there for you to render anyway.
Pan's your advantage. Tilt the pan, let all that hot fat, olive oil run down the back, and it starts to sear the steak even better. You put a little bit of garlic in.
He had the good idea. Wow, he's gonna add the garlic right now.
Just lightly crush, and then that gives a really nice flavor to the steak. Turning every minute so you got that nice even color.
I love it. He's saying that turn that thing every minute. Unlike other chefs, and actually himself before, he says only flip the steak once. That is not true, everybody. Flip the steaks as many times as needed to get the nice, beautiful golden crust, and it will also cook the steak evenly. That is the right way.
And if you're turning your steaks every minute, it starts to cook evenly. A little bit of thyme. Really nice to get that nice fragrant.
I agree. Thyme is fantastic.
A touch more. I quite like my steaks rare, so rare's here, opposite the palm, at the top. Medium is there, and well done is at the top of your wrist.
That is the worst advice you can give somebody to do. My hand is much stronger than Gordon Ramsay.
Boom. Roasted.
My nephew's Angel is much skinnier. My wife's hand is even skinnier than that. So if you think the same amount of pressure between here and my hand is going to be the same for somebody that haven't cooked steak like you have millions of times, is impossible. Use a thermometer, everybody. Your steak will be perfect every single time and there's no guessing. I've even seen professional chefs get it wrong from time to time.
Start off with my butter.
Butter.
Little knobs of butter.
Yep.
And this is where the steak starts to take on a completely different flavour. Tilt the pan, then just baste the steaks. That fried thyme, that garlic, nothing burning. And that's why we started off with olive oil.
So many chefs actually burn the butter and instead of becoming nice golden brown, it becomes just black. I'm guilty of that myself. I have made that mistake. But if you want the perfect steak, it must be nice and golden brown. It's called the Maillard reaction and it's what makes the steak taste better. Don't let your butter burn. It'll just taste like shit.
Get the garlic, sort of brush the garlic over.
Oh, I like that idea. You see, he did not peel his garlic. What I like to do is crush my garlic and remove all of the skin. This will produce more flavor into the steak. There's nothing wrong doing it this way, but I like my garlic golden brown. I would definitely recommend removing the skin.
The gas, take them out. Beautiful.
Yep.
Let them rest.
Let them rest, baby.
And off. And then from there, slice.
So for a steak like this, I will let it rest for 4 minutes. That's enough. Let's see, Gordon, if it's medium rare.
Going on to medium rare.
Oh, you're not going to show it to us? Wait.
Delicious.
You didn't show us the result? Wait. What do you mean you didn't show us the result? Do you think he messed it up? Do you think he did? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks.
10 amazing tips to nail the perfect steak. Tip number 1. Take the protein out of the refrigeration unit and let it rest to get up to room temperature for at least 10 minutes before you cook it.
That is not going to work, everybody. I have debunked this myth. If you want to watch the full video, the reason why and how long it actually takes, check out the card above.
Number 2, season it heavily.
Yes.
Because you lose 35% of the seasoning the minute it goes in the pan.
100% agree on this one. A lot of people are afraid of adding too much salt, and I understand why, because you don't want to oversalt the steak. However, when you go in a steakhouse, they put a lot of seasoning in there. They want to make sure that you feel it. Yes, you can adjust the steak in the end and add more salt, but it will never be the same. And as soon as you're cooking it on the pan, you're going to leave a lot of that seasoning behind on the pan itself. The same thing goes with butter. Whenever you do butter basting, make sure you add a lot of butter.
So, salt, pepper, freshly ground pepper, roll it in the seasoning, and then literally season it again just before it goes in the pan. Number 3, make sure when placing the steak into the pan on the grill, you lay it away from you.
Yes.
Never drop it towards you for fear of splashing hot oil on your arms, and you got more control when you're laying away.
I agree 100%.
Tip number 4, for me, it's all about the searing. Make sure you have an amazing sear on that steak and don't turn it unless it's colored. Remember, no color, no flavor.
Well, he's just contradicting himself right now. Don't turn it until you have color. And he flipped that steak many times. Flip the steak as many times as necessary, everybody. How are you gonna know if it's a nice golden brown crust if you don't flip it and you look at it? Also, if the steak is extremely thick, you gotta keep flipping it so you cook evenly. But I think the most important takeaway from this is a crust. A nice, beautiful steak crust will make your steak better. Remember this. Grill marks are for show. You want a nice golden brown crust. It will look better, and most importantly, it will taste better.
Number 5, think about fragrance. Ladies, especially when you dress up beautifully, you put some perfume on. Men, you wear aftershave.
My perfume is a perfume of steak and sweat and barbecue, everybody. Hopefully that's a good one and you enjoy that.
Aromatics. garlic, thyme and rosemary. If you can put some garlic in there, some thyme and rosemary, it will make that steak way more fragrant.
I agree with him, but I think that rosemary is a little bit overpowering for steak. I almost never use it. Thyme is fantastic. Orange peel is incredible. Lemon peel is also great, but rosemary is just a little bit overpowering for me.
6. For me, this is a super important tip. Put a tiny knob of butter into the pan.
They are not cheap with the butter. They want you to have an incredible experience whenever you go to their steakhouse. So they use a lot of butter, and there's nothing wrong with that. Here's what most people don't understand. You're not gonna be eating all of that butter. You're just looking for that incredible Maillard reaction as you're basting the steak. And for that, you need quite a bit of butter. Adding like a half a teaspoon in there is just not gonna work.
Before you take that steak out, and make sure you baste it with that butter. Let the butter caramelize, and it gives that really nice nut brown flavor on top of that steak.
I agree 100%.
Number 7, the minute you take the steak out of the pan or off the grill, you have to let it rest.
Yes.
I promise you now, if you let it rest, it's going to be so much juicier.
It will be juicier in the end. Sometimes you don't want to compromise the amount of resting time with the temperature as you're eating the steak. I really enjoy a nice hot steak, everybody. So you got to play that fine line, but not cross that line. Letting it rest will allow the fibers to relax, so it's not going to spit out all of the juices as it's being cut. But at the same time, a nice hot steak is nice, so don't overdo it.
Number 8. When slicing a steak, never slice it too thin. To maximize the flavor and to keep it moist, keep it at least half a centimeter thick.
I agree with that to some extent. Here's the deal. If your steak is a cheap steak, a $1 steak for example, you want to cut that thing real thin. Cutting that thing too thick is going to be like shoe leather. However, if you're doing a nice prime steak or a choice grade like a New York strip, definitely cut it thicker.
Tip number 9. For me, is the most important one. It's about the temperature you'd like your steak cooked. So medium rare, you close your eyes and touch and take your pulse. Because exactly there is the same
I don't understand why he keeps preaching this.
Lightly bouncing. It gives a little bit, but it's just soft enough to understand that it's meat.
Guys, this does not work. Look at my hand. Look at his hand. Nobody has the same amount of fatness and muscle like me. So however my hand feels right here is not the same how yours is gonna feel. Use a thermometer. It is the best way to know and be the most precise. Nothing will beat it. I much rather be precise than have a big ego. Use a thermometer.
And my final tip behind any great steak, make sure you got someone to share it with. Enjoy.
That was a great tip, and definitely that's one of the reasons I cook for my guys and my family. I love to cook for them. I love to see the reaction when they enjoy a steak, and I also like to see the reactions when they don't enjoy it. Because let's be honest, sometimes it's just kind of funny. That's terrible. Hey, Meow Meow, what you doing over here? Hey, what? We're making a video. No, I'm not gonna. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Let us know what you want us to react to next, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks, Arab, for sponsoring this video. What's up, everybody? Today, I have been held hostage by my crew because they want me to react to Salt Bae. Me and Salt Bae, we are not friends. We don't get along. We have problems. I have problems with how much money he charged people. I have problems with his steaks. I have problems with... Thing is gray. What? Seriously? Charge you $2,000 for a goat steak that does not taste like anything differently. It makes no difference if you put the goat or if you don't put the goat, but they're gonna charge you a lot of money for it, and be ready because you might have to take a second mortgage to pay for that meal. Oh, nice chopping there at least. Burger. Goat burger. I actually tried that burger, everybody, when I was there. It is ridiculously expensive. The goat does absolutely nothing. It just costs a lot of money. Save your money. If you really want goat leaves, just go to Amazon and buy them for as little as under 10 bucks, everybody. But you're gonna pay way over $100 in his restaurant. Oh, what is he doing? Oh. I like meat juices, but I don't like raw meat juices. What? What is he doing?
Juicy.
Juicy?
Juice.
What the was that? What a waste of a good burger. Well, excuse me. Not good. That's a little bit too raw for me. I like Maillard reaction on my burger. If you don't have a nice, wonderful crust, the burger doesn't taste the same. If you like your burger medium rare, it's totally fine, as long as you grind the meat yourself. If you are buying pre-ground meat from the supermarket, I highly recommend cooking it at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is actually what the FDA recommends. And the reason you want to do that is because as soon as you open any kind of meat, you're exposing it to the elements, meaning that it can get bacteria. So for that reason, if you grind your own meat, it's okay. But if you buy a pre-ground, cook it to 160. Gold Chateaubriand. Here we go. Oh, he's calling you in. Let's see. Oh my God. Do you guys know what that is, everybody? I've done that experiment. This way of cooking meat went viral when he started doing it. And I thought to myself, wow, that sounds so good. And I was like, I have to run that experiment because all of my audience was asking me to do it. Turns out that this is what happened. Oh man, I do not enjoy that. I am so right now because it messed up my filet mignon. It is not good. It's a terrible way to cook a Chateaubriand. And on top of that, you're wasting time. It's all a show, everybody. And trust me, like I said 1,000 times on this video already, you're gonna pay for it. I gotta say, he does have a nice slicing skill. Okay. Onion. All right. Very nice sharp knife. He knows how to chop an onion. Yeah, he was burning that butter, everybody. We all know that that butter was burning. But he cut real quick. Why so big?
That's what she said.
Bechamel sauce with some cheese. I'll tell you one thing, out of all the videos we watched, this one looks pretty good, and I will absolutely devour this one here. But the problem I have with this video, oh, never mind, I'll take it back. I don't want to eat it anymore. He gave you a nice, beautiful cheesesteak with a side of hair. All this roasting is getting me real hot and sweaty, everybody, and let me cool off with today's sponsor, Air Up. Air Up is a new groundbreaking hydration system. It's so much more than just a water bottle. With Air Up, you're just drinking plain old water, but that water is being flavored through scent. They call this scent-based taste. Crazy, I know, but let me explain how it works. At the top of the bottle is this flavor pod right here. You can pull the pod up to activate the flavor, and by sucking the water through the straw, a slipstream is created that transports water and air through the scented pod into your mouth. And that's when your brain perceives the scent as flavor. And boom, you're tasting delicious peach-flavored water. With Air Up, you get the enjoyment of flavor without absorbing anything unnatural, keeping your body free of chemicals or sweeteners, all while experiencing great taste. And the best thing is they have a huge variety of different flavors, ranging from apple to cucumber, strawberry balsamic, and many more. My favorite part is that it's so easy to use. Just fill up the bottle, pop on a flavor pod, pull it up to activate the flavor, then drink up and enjoy. So good. This is wild, guys, but it's just science. Delicious peach tasting water. Guys, check them out, the link in the description down below. Try for yourself. It makes drinking water super fun. Thank you, Air Up, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. What the heck is that? Why? Is there a bone there? Is that why? Okay, that steak is called capitão, everybody. I have actually made a video about it. In Brazil, we call this steak capitão. It is not the best type of steak for you to buy or serve your guests, but it's a fun one to cook. It's slightly tough. It has several different muscles when you're cooking it, so it's hard to get the perfect temperature for each individual cuts, but it's a fun steak to cook. Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh. Bone marrow is delicious, but the way you took it out looked like boogers. Wait, that's it? No human in the world will enjoy that steak. It will be tough, it won't taste that good, but most importantly, it's gonna cost you a lot of money if you go to his restaurant. I think that went a little bit off, everybody, as he was trying to cut off the avocado, but apparently didn't work very well.
Avocado.
Why does he say it like that? Just like him, I also have an accent, everybody, but I don't say avocado. You know what I'm saying? I don't say it like that. Avocado, man. What is that? Okay. All right. Nice skills there. And then, why you look, I'll be honest with you, that's a filet mignon and a tenderloin, as you guys know, the most expensive cut of meat there is on the cow. If he does that and he stabs my filet mignon right in the middle and then serve it to me as a guest and charge me like the Meat Avengers, where we went and made the biggest beef Wellington in the world. And I guess Abe was kind of jealous and he wanted to get a piece of it, but man, ours look a lot better than that. Again, with the Chateaubriand completely covered in gold. This is reminding me of bad memories. It's making me uncomfortable. The butter is not even that hot. The butter's not even that hot. So I've done this experiment, everybody. A long time ago when he started with this trend, everybody was saying that is amazing, it's incredible. I've ran it. It's not great. Don't waste your time or money on this one. It's not the best way to cook a Chateaubriand. And most importantly, the bread itself will be so soggy and full of butter. Then I know what you're thinking, bread and butter is delicious, but it's almost unbearable of how much butter it will soak in. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if I was too harsh on Salt Bae or you actually agree with me. Just remember one thing, save your money, cook the steaks yourself. It will be better. I can guarantee you that. And never put gold on your steak. Trust me. See you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Today I'm going to share with you guys my experience of flying business class on Turkish Airlines. Sometimes you get lucky, and today apparently was my day. I've flown a lot, but I've never got an upgrade like this. So all of this happened when I was in the beautiful city of Istanbul, where I had the most incredible experience on street food and many other things. It was just something that I'll never forget. But then the time arrived that I had to come back to Miami. So this upgrade was a real treat, and here's why. First of all, the airport on Istanbul doesn't feel like an airport. It feels like a mall, a nice mall, with like a lot of bougie stores, you know, where I don't shop. In all seriousness though, it is a very nice airport. Now the business lounge itself is insane. First of all, in order for you to walk in, you must scan your boarding pass. If not, obviously, you can't get in. When you get in, you want to store your luggage somewhere, and this one looks like a jewelry store case, everybody. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. They have nice lighting and glass case for your luggage. Come on, man. That's like real bougie, you know what I mean? But who cares about that, right? Let's go what we really care about, the food. Every single kind of drink you want, they have it. They have little kiosks of food and each one serves something different. This one they have mante. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is Turkish style ravioli, served with red tomato sauce. Those look really nice, but just in case you're not in the mood for that one, hold on a second. On this one we have lamb hamburgers, grilled chicken, grilled chili, and tomatoes and rice. And the best part, they'll cook it fresh to order for you. The Turkish hospitality is so nice. Now the salad bar is like next level because they have unlimited amount of goodies. We're talking about beets, tabbouleh, pickled cabbage, unlimited amount of olives. It's no joke. You can literally find anything you want to eat in there. But one thing I really wanted to try was this. And then they have this right here, traditional Turkey yogurt drink. Come on, we're gonna have to try that. A little sour. Yeah, I was not expecting that taste. That caught me by surprise. It's a little sour, not sweet at all, and it's pretty good. They even have free entertainment for you. I'm telling you guys, I've never seen anything close to this. You know, usually in the airport, everybody, all I get to get is a coffee and some piece of bread. You know, that's what I'm used to. But when you see something like this, it kicks you by surprise. It takes you by surprise. I'm running out of words on how to explain how I was feeling because I'm not used to this. This is insane. But if you think it was over and that's it, no. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
They have desserts, baby. Here's some type of cookie, sweet juicy cakes, baklava, everything you want, they have. And let me remind you, everything you see is 100% included. It's free. And the funny thing is that I wasn't that hungry, but one thing got my attention. I love it when I'm trying something for the first time. It's the same thing I just had. It's the yogurt, but it's bottled. It's pretty good. And even though it looked kind of cool, it was literally the same drink I just had it on the barrel. I could have spent the whole entire day there, everybody. That's how much there is to explore. But right at this time, it was time to go because I got to catch my flight. Now I got inside of the airplane. The first thing I see is you have a little booth for you. You know, I'm used to like a sardine when you're in the back. You know what I mean? That's normal stuff for me, but you got a booth, everybody. Who has a booth? Oh, excuse me. They even have slippers for you on the ground so that you can change it, make you feel comfortable. Usually on my flights, they just give me some crackers. If you're lucky, because sometimes they don't even give you anything. You know what I mean? But here's the important thing. What's important is the food. Here we got all the appetizers. We got hummus. I think that's baba ganoush. Here we have some tomato soup. They also give you a little salad. Turbulence is heavy over here, everybody. Yo, the turbulence. Man, that was no joke. I don't know how everything stays on the table. It's like, how? The tomato sauce was good, nothing crazy. The hummus, on the other hand, I was like, just watch. I had better. Yes, I did had better, and one of the best hummus I've ever had in my life was with my brother Ahmad. He literally made a Wagyu hummus. Oh boy, that thing was rich, smooth, delicious. I wish I had some right now because I'm starving, but I don't. But let's get back to the video because the main dish was filet mignon with potatoes. Now this, I think it was done on purpose. Just watch. So I was able to cut it, and come on now. That's like sad, everybody. That's just sad. Where's the juice? Now, to all fairness to the Turkish airline, I was never asked on how do you want your steak. I don't think they give you that option for one reason. Every steak must be cooked the same exact way. And obviously, when you do that kind of stuff, you kind of have to please everyone. You're not going to please the medium rare people, this guy. So I got to understand that they must cook every single one of the steaks the most popular way. And unfortunately, the most popular way to have steaks in the world is well done. I'm trying to fix that. It is not easy. But hey, even though it didn't look that good, let's go ahead and give it a try. It's terrible. Yeah, as expected. After that filet mignon, I asked for another dish just to see what happens, and guess what? They gave it to me. It was a mushroom ravioli, and that was amazing. Now here's the great thing about Turkish Airlines. They will go out of their way to make sure that you have an amazing experience. And honestly, I did. They made me feel like royalty, everybody. Even though I'm a simple guy, it was an incredible experience that I am very, very grateful for. It was by far the best airplane trip I've ever had. And if you have a chance to get your seat upgraded, take it. Trust me, you will not regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks Strong for sponsoring this video.
On today's video, we are celebrating 50 million subscribers. Yep, you heard that right. 50 million. When I was in Japan, I had the time of my life. Eating amazing food, and some of the stuff that I ate there is just to die for. But not only that, seeing some incredible things that you only see in movies, and much, much more. But I also made an awesome friend, and his name is Bayashi. We became great friends, and he mentioned to me that he has never been in the US, and he never ate a barbecue brisket. So I told him, for your 50 million subscriber special, allow me to cook you a brisket in my house. But not only that, let me cook you a feast you're never gonna forget. We did cook a brisket, and he made a video about it. Let's just say that brisket was a little sus. But when you're in my house as my guest, expect to eat incredible food, and I'll tell you one thing, there's nothing sus about it. I also invited some friends to join this awesome feast. And to my surprise, they will also be making something quite special. But enough talking, let me show you how this 50 million subscriber feast went down.
And everything starts off with the biggest piece of meat. That would be a whole hog. This one is about 35 pounds, and it was marinated with soy sauce, 5-spice, salt, and pepper. Now the key here is to put everything together, and that's because we're going to be using a very special grill. As you can see, the most important thing here is to secure to this rack. Using these wires to ensure that it's not going to fall is a must. At the same time, this can be quite challenging, as we want it as tight as possible, and that means using any tools necessary. As the next thing to do is to go ahead and apply a little bit of oil, and onto the grill it goes so that it can roast nice and easy. And to understand a little bit better how this grill works, here's my good friend Waxine.
Tell me a little bit about this grill, Waxine.
El asador que usamos lo diseñé yo.
He said that he actually built this grill in his backyard.
How do you cook on it? How does it work?
So it works with charcoal and wood. First he puts some charcoal in there to light up the wood, then it catches fire, and in the terms of the pig that we're going to be cooking today, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to roast it for 6 hours.
Now to light it up, he first started with a good amount of charcoal, then spread out the coals and immediately throw in some wood for smoking. The goal is not only to achieve heat, but also flavor through smoke. And the important thing is to roast it nice and slow. However, we have a lot of people in the house today, and if you come to Guga's house, make sure you come hungry because you're gonna leave happy. The next thing to get it done was some short ribs. These were quite simple. All you gotta do is to season it well with salt and pepper. But not only that, there's also a tomahawk roast. First, add a little bit of oil so the seasoning will stick, and be generous with a good amount of salt and black pepper. Next thing to do is to go ahead and set everything on the grill and let it roast nice and easy. After about 1 hour, we started getting a good color on them already. The key here is to be mindful of the internal temperature, which for the tomahawk roast is 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember that they are cooking hot and fast, especially the short ribs. Unlike smoked American short ribs, these are completely different. Usually barbecue beef ribs take anywhere between 8 hours to 12. These are literally done within 2 hours. So yeah, they're gonna taste completely different, and the texture will also be quite different. Because when I took a slice, take a look. It is as juicy as it gets. My good friend Bayashi just went to heaven on them, and so did Chef Hero. Next, it was time for me and Max to give it a try.
Cheers. Very different than American barbecue, would you say?
Oh, completely different. It is just an explosion of juice in there,
Yeah.
slowly roasting, like it's touching fire versus just touching smoke. The color on the backside of those short ribs, like you can never achieve that with American barbecue.
But by the looks, Bayashi really enjoyed this one. This man was hiding under a tree and chowing everything down. To my surprise, so was Chef Hero. And right at this time, I told them, hold on 1 second. We still got the tomahawk roast, and it was now time to give it a try.
Nice and tender, very juicy.
Perfection.
This is appetizer number 2, and we still have the main course.
Yep, that tomahawk roast was absolutely delicious. And right about this time, Chef Hero had a wonderful thought. He wanted to make one of the craziest thing I've ever seen with seafood. And here's how he did it. He started first by removing all of the bones from the salmon. I'm talking about everything. Once done, it was completely boneless. The next step was to make some cuts just like this. He did the same exact thing to both sides. Then he lightly seasoned it with wasabi and stuffed the whole thing with sushi rice. Now this is totally insane. It is the biggest sushi I've ever seen in my life. To finish it up, all he did was to go ahead and crispen up the skin with a torch, slice them all in huge sushi-sized bites, because in the end, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and give it a try.
I've never seen a sushi this big in my life.
I don't think anybody has.
How do we eat this? We were told to put gloves on because things are about to get messy. Please, teach us, Chef Hiro. We don't know. That's the biggest sushi I've ever seen in my life.
That is crazy.
After this wonderful and impressive appetizers, the only thing left to do now was to go ahead and finish up the hog. So now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to enjoy this incredible feast. So let's do it.
Cheers.
한파이.
오이시. 거리거리들 와우. 배유.
Summer is here, everybody, and what do we do on summer? We barbecue. And ever since I can remember, I have been using Dow Strong. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. And honestly, just hold up a second because I want to show you my favorite barbecue items. This is the GS Mini X. I mean, take a look. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Don't let this cuteness fool you. It is the perfect size as it's not heavy, and it just feels so nicely in the hand. Next up, the SBS Pitmaster knife. I mean, take a look at this. It's something quite unique. Right here, we got a bottle opener, everybody. Here is a barbecue fork to flip your steak or maybe just get some appetizers in your mouth. And of course, it's also a nice sharp blade. I like this one. Now, if you want to look like a badass pitmaster on your next barbecue, I mean, check out this apron, everybody. It has a bottle holder pocket for all your refreshments, insane amount of storage for sprays or rubs, and a built-in bottle opener. But now, let me show you one of my favorite barbecue tools. I mean, take a look at this, everybody. When you see this, you already know you're an automatic badass. And featuring the display, it's like a trophy on your kitchen, everybody. Come on now. But don't those are my favorite barbecue items. Make sure you guys go check out Dow Strong on the link on the description. Let them know that Guga sent you. Thank you, Dow Strong, for sponsoring this video. But now let's get right back to it. They seem to like it quite a bit, Max.
Cannot understand a word they said, but I could tell they liked it. So I'm very excited.
Let's see. The way it's supposed to be, everybody.
Just imagine a pork potato chip, and that's exactly what you have. It's like super light, but just super crunchy.
Couldn't have said any better.
Flavors. Ridiculous.
It's almost like Peking duck, the texture.
Yes.
So super thin, but at the same time extremely juicy and fatty. If you ever had Peking duck, you know what I'm talking about.
It's not as dense as some like other variations of pork. It's just very light and just, you said it perfectly.
Yeah.
It is Peking duck, but pork.
Absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. The information of everybody will be on the link on the description. Make sure you check them out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. We're about to go do something I've never done before. I got AJ in the house. What's up? AJ, am I gonna die?
You don't know yet.
Oh no. What's up, everybody? Today I am in Utah. This is a beautiful place. I was invited by Camp Chef. They're gonna reveal a new grill, but at the same time, what this video is really about today. So there's a Chateaubriand made from the 19th century, and I wanna put it to the test against today's Chateaubriand. But hey, I got Andrew from the Anderson Smoke Show, and he is the one that actually thought of this idea. But there's only one way to find out if it's good, and that's to put it to the test.
So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep it real simple, like the 19th century, and just some salt, pepper, garlic. We're gonna season that Wagyu tenderloin. We're gonna wrap it in those cheap $1 steaks and get it on the grill.
By the way it looks, it's like 50 cents, everybody. That thing don't look that good. If that beats today's standard, then we got something going. But hey, with all that being said, man, it's enough talking. Let's get this thing done.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so we have two beautiful Wagyu Chateaubriand. So Marmalade score 5 and 6. Take a look at it. It's a beautiful piece of meat. All right, so like you said, we also have a very cheap cut of meat right here. Take a look at this. This is what I say costs like 50 cents. Look at it. But the idea is that this will be a complete waste because we're going to be wrapping it around, and hopefully it's going to protect this beautiful Chateaubriand. We're going to season it with salt, followed by black pepper and garlic powder. As you can see, I'm seasoning it real good. Now I'm doing the same exact thing to the second one as well. This one right here is going to be the control, and I'm basically just going to season exactly like the other one. But now where the experiment comes in is this. Take a look at it. It's crazy. We're wrapping it with this $1 meat. Can't believe I'm doing it. But hey, don't knock something until you try it. With all that being said, take a look at it. Perfectly seasoned and ready for the grill. We're going to be putting it on the grill at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. We're looking for an internal temperature of 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that's done, we'll be taking it out, and this porcupine one over here, I'm just going to be removing it, slicing it up, and see how it tastes, because that is how they used to do it a long time ago. Now, the real one, on the other hand, I am going to be putting a crust. And hopefully they have butter, thyme, and garlic here, so I can do a nice, beautiful sear. And then we're going to put it to the test and see which one is better. So with all that being said, enough talking, it's time to cook. So let's do it. Appearance-wise, they look ridiculous and really nice. That's all I gotta say. What do you think?
I agree. That's kind of an ugly tenderloin.
All right, let's go for it. Grab one. Let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
It's extremely tender.
It is ridiculously tender. Just damn good. I am missing the crust, but if you ask me, that tastes good.
Yeah, it's so tender. It's like no resistance at all.
Basically, you don't need teeth to eat it.
No.
Let's try this one and see which one is better.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for it. Ready?
Let's do it.
Cheers, everybody.
It's not as tender.
Yeah, this one is way more, but I miss the crust so much. Which one do you prefer?
I'm gonna go with the crust as
With
well.
the crust?
The modern.
I agree, 100%.
The one that was wrapped, I thought it was going to be awful, but it was actually good. Super tender, super juicy, but there's no replacement for a sear.
I would take either one. Both of them were really good. That 1900s Chateau, way more tender than I thought it would be. Very consistent with the tenderness.
I don't know how to say this, but I love you.
I understand why they would do this, so that you can preserve the meat, you know, you're trying to save it. This costs so much money, and you try not to burn it or mess anything up. Nowadays we have thermometers, you know, we're kind of fancy whenever we're cooking. If you ask me, it's not worth it. Oh no! A little bit too much excitement for Angel. Are you alright?
Yeah, we're all fine.
We're all good, dude.
You're okay?
I was scared for you.
Hey, I got it on camera.
Did you really? Was it cool?
It was pretty epic. Please tell your mom you're okay.
I'm okay, it's fine. I was just hanging, I was like, you alright, bro? I was like, you okay, dude? Yeah, I'm just right here, man.
Anyway, guys, those are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a surprising result for me because it was still edible. You saw what everybody thought of it. Let me know in the comments down below what you would think. But most importantly, make sure you guys go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. He's an awesome dude. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? As you can see, this is a completely different type of video. Today, I'm taking over a restaurant and transforming it to a Guga steakhouse. Oh yes, it's gonna be a complete disaster. As you already know, I'm gonna be cooking for several different YouTubers and it's gonna be epic. Here's the plan. There's a lot of steaks and I need to cook all of them right away. But most importantly, they're gonna be trying Wagyu picanha. They're also gonna be trying an Australian Wagyu marbling score 9. And to finish it off, some Wagyu A5 cubes.
Hi YouTube.
Are you guys ready for some steak?
Yeah. These are like expensive steaks.
Extremely expensive.
Alright, Michelle, step away.
Oh,
Don't get too close.
I'm really clumsy, so I might
I just hope I don't anything up. The restaurant I'm going to be taking over is called Seaside, but we're changing that name to Guga Steakhouse. Oh yes, and it is in Santa Monica Pier in LA. I'll tell you one thing, this location is incredible and there are so many different things that you can do in there. So now that you guys know exactly what's gonna happen, here's the deal. I'm gonna need help, and there's some sous chefs there that can help me. But first, we gotta slice up the picanha. And believe it or not, they had no idea how to slice it. Remember, you always slice it with the grain because the end slice is going to be against the grain, making it nice and tender. Now here's the deal. The picanha itself, we're gonna keep it real simple. Only salt and nothing else. However, the ribeyes, which are score marbling 9, I'm gonna add a little bit more flavor. A little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That is the key to make it more flavorful, but at the same time, picanha, keep it traditional, alright? I promise you it's gonna be better. The Wagyu cubes, on the other hand, must be seasoned individually, one by one. That way, we'll make sure that every bite counts. Once everything was seasoned, it was time to cook, but I want to introduce everybody to you. We got ZHC in the house, Austin, Michelle, Team RAR, some of my management team, ZHC's team including Michelle and Jake, restaurateurs, and many others that don't want to be on camera. Some people get shy, you know, and that's okay. So the plan is to sear every single one of them on this griddle. Once that's done, I'm going to put it in the oven so that I can cook to the specific temperature, which is 135 degrees Fahrenheit. That way, whenever they try, I know it will be a perfect bite. And even though we're going to have a lot of meat, you got to always have some side dishes. And for today, we got some beautiful mashed potatoes. To break up that fattiness, we also threw in some shrimp. And of course, to keep it a little bit healthy, we threw in some salad. And if you never had my pão de queijo, I highly recommend because I gave it to everyone and they loved it. And now that you know exactly what's about to happen, I say it is enough talking and it is time to get cooking. So let's do it.
Guga cooked us food at the seaside restaurant. We had 3 types of meat, 1 picana, 2 Australian Wagyu, and 3 Japanese A5 Wagyu. My absolute favorite was the Australian Wagyu.
The Australian Wagyu.
I liked the picanha the most.
My favorite was the picanha.
Ooh, I like the Wagyu, even though I couldn't eat too much of it.
Japanese Wagyu A5 cubes. I mean, these things were like, if meat was candy, that's what this was. I had like a few bites and it was just ready to put me to sleep.
The Australian Wagyu has a nice blend of flavor, and you can eat a lot of it. So, Australian Wagyu for the win. It was my favorite.
We were so full at the end of it.
And obviously, Guga, amazing chef.
At the end of the day, they were all absolutely delicious. I've never had any kind of meat like any of these things.
Yeah, I really appreciate you inviting us, and we had a great time. Our taste buds, thank you too.
Thank you.
So that was my experience in opening a restaurant for the very first time. Talking about that, I want to thank Seaside for allowing me to take over that restaurant because that experience was amazing. You definitely want to check it out. Let me know in the comments down below if I show up on a pop-up in your city. I hope you guys enjoyed this trip to LA. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks Dow Strong for sponsoring this video.
On today's video, we got 2 professional chefs cooking their best steak. We got Chef Brian with almost 2 decades of experience. And we got Chef Paul, aka Frenchie, with over 4 decades of experience.
We don't need to mention the 4 decades.
It's gonna be good. So the rules are pretty simple. Make the best steak you can, and most importantly, anyone at home should be able to cook your side dish. So don't go crazy chefy.
So basically, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, I like that. But most importantly, it needs to be delicious. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Enough talking, let's begin.
Hang on, Guga. We gotta make this official.
Oh, shoot! Oh, it's about to be a battle now.
The steak I'm gonna use is an Australian Wagyu 7/8, has beautiful marbling, and we're gonna cook it simply with salt, black pepper on the grill to medium rare.
So today I'm gonna use a prime rib. And for all you meat lovers out there, the best part of the prime rib is what? The spinalis. I'm basically just gonna take out the center here. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna leave it just like that, tie that up. So all I'm doing is do a little simple knot here. That's gonna be my steak. Let's season these 2 little babies. So we're gonna get a nice sear. The secret, never touch it. Once it's in the pan, don't touch it, guys. Just gonna do 3 minutes on each side.
All right, let's get our steaks cooking, and I'm doing this Guga style, where we're gonna get the sear started, but when the grill grate gets too hot, we're actually gonna shift it and then move it to the colder side of the grill grate. We're more focused on getting the heat of the charcoal to sear the steak. Spinny spin, Guga style. Look at that crust, so nice and even. Now we're gonna put it in indirect heat, pop in our thermometer, and cook it to 135 degrees.
So what are we gonna do now? We're gonna add more butter now. I'm gonna add in some thyme, a little bit of smashed garlic there, and now we're just gonna baste. So now that our steaks are ready, we're gonna pull them out and let them rest.
All right, steaks are now ready. I cannot wait to cut into these. Oh, look at that beautiful medium rare. Look at the juice. That Australian Wagyu. Woo! For my side dish, we're gonna start with a simple egg fried rice. First, scramble some eggs, get that cooked, and once that's ready, we're gonna put in some garlic and onions. Once those onions get translucent, we're gonna add some small chopped bell peppers. Next, we're gonna add in our day-old rice. Now, after we've got the rice cooked and imparted some wok hei, which is some of that smoky chariness that you can only get from a wok, we're gonna add some MSG, salt, white pepper, and finish with some sesame oil. But hang on, I wanna add one more ingredient to really take this fried rice to the next level. You don't need to do this at home, but I am actually gonna make a scallion confit using dry-aged beef tallow.
I'm a meat and potatoes type of guy, so we're gonna do mashed potato. I'm gonna go by my main rule, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Basically, as few ingredients as possible and as few pieces of cooking equipment as possible.
Now my dish is pretty heavy, so I wanna create some balance, and for this, I'm gonna do a chimichurri sauce. I do mine with cilantro and parsley, as well as fresh oregano, garlic. The more garlic, the better for me. I use jalapeno and a little bit of red bell pepper for color. Also, red wine vinegar and lots of really high quality extra virgin olive oil. Just gonna mix this up, super simple. Beautiful chimichurri here.
What's going on here?
I'm making chimichurri. What are you doing here?
It looks very complicated.
Can you leave me alone? please? Listen, if you don't stop disturbing me, I'm gonna start eating this in front of you.
You were holding on to that, weren't you?
You know what? Listen, don't make me eat this in front of you.
Oh,
Okay?
no.
Yeah,
No.
What?
No!
If you need to get rid of a Frenchie, all you have to do is eat some green peas in front of him.
One step that you might want to avoid, I'm going to push them through a sieve, giving it a delicate, smooth texture to the potato. Please, go from wherever you came from and don't come back. Guga! Security!
I'm violated.
Once I have my product ready, I'm gonna put that into a mixer, add the butter. Oh, these are very nice, oh my God. Next stage, we're making our sauce. What we're gonna do is put in pepper, shallots, make sure we cook that, a little red wine vinegar. We're gonna let that reduce. And now, because it's Frenchy, we're gonna add, guess what? Some more butter. All in, baby. And just for good measure, we're gonna flambe this dish. Oh, look at that, baby. Woo, my eyebrows. And now we're gonna add some beef stock. We've reduced our stock. We're gonna add our last ingredient, which is some cream. Look at this magic, people. Beautiful consistency, guys.
And here we have our Australian Wagyu strip steak with egg fried rice, a little bit of raw egg yolk, scallion, confit, dry aged beef tallow. Good to go.
I'm putting my little mashed potato portion here. A base coat of sauce. Don't worry, guys, we're gonna put some more. Here's our steak. Here's our garlic and herbs from our cooking process. We didn't waste anything. And like I promised, guys, more sauce. I'm a simple man. Meat and potatoes. Kiss.
I know that looks good, and before we try it, I want to thank today's sponsor, Strong. You guys already know how much I love Strong knives. They're my favorite knives to have in the kitchen and have been for years. So I'm super happy to announce that Strong is partnering up with me and launching my very own landing page on their website. By clicking the link on the description, you're going to be taken to my page where you can see my hand-selected knives and my top favorites. And you're definitely going to recognize them from my videos. Every single knife on this page was hand-selected by me. When you purchase any of these knives from Strong's website, you're going to get free fast shipping and top-notch customer service. Plus, when you sign up for Strong Elite, you will get exclusive access to advanced deals and new launches. All of the knives you see here has been hand-tested and picked by me. Trust me, guys, if you're looking for a new knife to chop, fillet, or slice, Strong's got one that you're gonna fall in love with. So click the link on the description below to check out my landing page. And keep in mind, this site can only be accessed by clicking the link below. So thank you, Strong, for sponsoring this video, because now it's time to judge and see which one is gonna be better. Oh yeah. About to be a real good day. All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steak today, gentlemen. I must say, very nice presentation.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, this is not a regular Guga Foods presentation. This is fancy. No offense to you, Guga, but.
So here's the deal. We got two professional chefs.
Can you leave me alone, please? Listen, if you don't stop disturbing me, I'm gonna start eating this in front of you. Don't make me eat this in front of you.
I just want your honest opinion. Tell me if you like it, if you don't like it, whatever you guys want to say. It is 100% up to you. Which one should we go first?
I feel like we gotta go with classic first.
Let's go with classic. I would like to show how this steak is cooked, everybody. Perfectly medium rare. Leo and Angel are actually on vacation today, so you guys get to enjoy.
Stay on vacation so that I can eat more.
Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Wow.
Oh my God.
The epitome of fine dining.
It's such a good classic steak au poivre. It's very peppery, very creamy from all the butter. That only makes it better.
Steak is beautifully cooked, like we like it, medium rare. Mashed potatoes, creamy. Sauce, creamy, peppery, how I like it. Like I said, fine dining.
Hold your horses. That was the first dish. We still got a second one. This one here, Chef Brian Tsao put actually an egg yolk in here.
Oh, he knows what he's doing.
I'm a sucker for egg yolk.
Knows what he's doing with this group.
I think that's everything in one bite right there.
Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Wow.
Oh man. What an explosion of flavor in your mouth. Jesus.
It's like Asian cooking and fine dining. They're completely different from each other.
The difference to me in the two is, like we said, fine dining, Asian, but this one has that more homey feel, which I love. I'm a homebody.
Man, that freshness that the chimichurri brings to the steak, paired with the richness from the egg yolk and the rice, is
perfect timing.
It's talking to you, David.
He agrees.
Never in my life have I combined egg fried rice with chimichurri. And I didn't think that was gonna work so well.
It works more than well.
With that being said, Time to judge. Give me the reason why and tell me your winner, David.
Our winner is going to be this one because although I do enjoy the nice homey flavors and just the combination of flavors that were in that dish, I think the perfect execution of something classical will beat anything.
Fair enough.
I'm probably gonna have to go with this one. I wasn't expecting the creaminess of the egg yolk and the chimichurri with the fried rice to mix so well. And then that steak, perfectly cooked, tender, juicy. This is amazing, but if you're asking me what would I rather have every day, this one.
Wow, you guys leave it up to me. You guys are terrible.
Every time.
So here's what I will say. I definitely think this dish has more ingredients and it's more difficult. This one is cheaper, easier to make. Everyone can make it at home. So my winner today is this one here.
Hey, let's go.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for making the dish. Brian, yours was amazing. You don't have to look sad. Are you looking sad?
I'm not sad at all. If I'm gonna lose to anybody, I'm glad it's Frenchie.
Wow. But I think you two should taste each other's dishes and let me know.
And on that point, I'm in the mood for some fried rice.
Oh, okay. You're trying Brian, you're trying Frenchie's. Enough talking. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
The steak au poivre with the deckle steak. The deckle steak was such a nice touch. I know for a fact that he butter basted it with some thyme and garlic. Absolutely love it. You should definitely check out his restaurant, Le Ravage.
100% recommend, everybody. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for participating. This was a lot of fun. And I'll be honest with you, I'm the real champ today. Guys, make sure you guys go check out Chef Brian's channel. It will be on the link in the description. Check out Frenchie's restaurant. Everything will be on the link in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always on the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.